Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to do a quick video on this Union 6-lever pancake lock, which I recently bought from Peter Lewis, aka the Irish Lockpicker, because he's selling off a whole bunch of really nice locks. And when I saw this one, I just had to get it because these don't come up very often, and they don't come up very often with keys either. So we've got a Union 6-lever. There's no other information on it because you've got this pitting and corrosion on this lock, so he's obviously lived quite a tough life. But the key does say JPS Limited, and there's a sort of 6 imprinted on it, which has worn away. So I think this key, if it's not the original key, certainly has been with this lock for a long time. So yeah, you just push it into that little slot there, lifts up the 6 levers, and the shackle pops out just like that. Don't think I had it in straight. There we go. It works really well. I think these locks can have quite an age to them. I've not been able to find out exactly how old this particular one is. Now these locks can't be picked because I believe you've got to lift up all the levers exactly at the same time in order to get the shackle popped open. But you can impression it, which is what I'm going to do today. Now there are loads of videos online on YouTube about how to impression this. The earliest one that I come across was the Lock Butcher Shop, and I'll leave a link to his channel up there who used this method. That was about 8 years ago. And also, specifically, the video I'll link up there is one where he takes one of these apart so you can see all the internal workings, which is really nice to see. But yeah, basically, you've got some. He uses nails, the sort of nails you get in a nail gun that come on a ribbon. But I didn't have any of those, so I had some ejector pins laying around, which you use for making disc detainer tips and dimple flags, that sort of thing. And I noticed that the diameter of the ejector pin shaft pretty much matched the width of the levers. So I cut a few of them down, clamped them between a couple of bits of wood, put these crappy clips on the side of it, and hopefully we can use this to impression a key. And this works quickly or not. sometimes you can do it in a few pushes, because all you're doing is pushing this into the lock, and that pushes these levers, pushes them back and creates the bitting of the key. So we'll see if we can get it open. Just line these up, see if we can get it open, see how long it takes, and we'll compare the bitting that we get to the key. So we just put it in the slot and then just push it forward, back and forward a couple of times, and there we go. I think that was about 3 pushes and we got it open. Let's see if that works. There you go. So that's pretty much a new working key now. So just put it in, a little bit of a push, just like magic, it opens up. And if we compare that to the key, I don't think it's going to be quite the same. Yeah, so I think those first 4, 5, I think it's just that last one on the key, that last pin on the left, sits a lot lower. But it just goes to show that doesn't need to be perfect. And I suspect that perhaps, you can just see the levers in there, perhaps some of these levers are a little bit stuck and they don't need picking. So that's the only way I can explain that, the difference between the impression we got and the actual, turn it around, the actual key bitting. I have done this a few times when I first got this lock. There we go, it works perfectly. When I first got this lock, and sometimes you get a perfect impression of the key and it looks exactly the same as that. Other times you get sort of variations on it, but either way it does open up this lock. So if you didn't have a key and you had nothing to compare it to, that it's a great way to get a working key pattern. And then of course you can just transfer that to a piece of steel, cut out those grooves, file it off, and get yourself a working key. Which way around was it? It's that way. Was it that way? Yeah. Just works so well. Anyway, that's my little short video for today. Thanks for watching. I'll leave a little DMAC logo up there to subscribe, and make sure you go back and check out the Lock Butcher Shop's video so you can see the internals of this. It's a really interesting video. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.